Mars, a world of profound silence. It is a planet painted in rust and ochre, stretching out under a thin butterscotch sky. Here the horizon seems to go on forever, a line drawn between the red Earth and the pale, distant cosmos. The sun, smaller and weaker than the one we know, casts long, sharp shadows across the landscape. The silence is not merely an absence of sound. It is a presence. It is the weight of 4 billion years of solitude, pressing down on everything. To stand here is to feel incredibly small, a fleeting visitor in an immense ancient cathedral of rock and dust. Our journey begins in the vast expanse of Crisi Planitia, the Plains of Gold. The rover moves slowly, its wheels crunching over fine-grained sand and weathered pebbles. Each turn of the wheel is a deliberate, careful act. The terrain here is deceptively simple. It looks flat, but it is a mosaic of shallow craters and low, time-worn ridges. The wind, a mere whisper in the thin atmosphere, is the only thing that moves. It sculpts the dunes with an artist's patience, shifting grains of sand one by one over millennia. This is a land shaped not by water or life, but by the patient forces of wind and time itself. We are searching for something, a clue, a sign that this world was not always so empty. The rover's instruments are our eyes and ears, scanning the rocks for hints of a different past. A past when liquid water may have flowed freely across these now desolate plains. Every rock tells a story, written in its texture and composition. Most are volcanic basalt, dark and heavy, the frozen blood of ancient eruptions. But we are looking for something else. We are looking for sedimentary rock, the kind that forms in the beds of ancient lakes and rivers, the kind that can preserve the delicate secrets of life. The scale of this place is difficult to comprehend. Mountains taller than any on Earth rise like silent sentinels in the distance. Canyons yawn open, deep enough to swallow entire cities. And yet, for all its grandness, the world feels intensely personal. The fine red dust gets into everything, a constant reminder of where you are. The silence forces you to listen to your own breathing, the hum of the rover's life support. It is a journey not just across a planet, but into a profound sense of isolation and wonder. Here, on this quiet red world, we are truly, completely alone. Or are we? Our path leads us towards the Great Canyon System, Valles Marineris. It is a scar on the face of Mars, thousands of kilometers long and in places, 7 kilometers deep. As we descend into its shadowed depths, the landscape changes. The open plains give way to towering cliffs of layered rock. Each layer is a page in a geological history book waiting to be read. The wind funnels through these colossal passages, and for the first time it seems to have a voice. It is a low, mournful hum, a sound that has echoed here for ages, unheard by any living ear until now. The floor of the canyon is a jumble of rock falls and ancient landslides. Progress is slow, each meter hard-won. The rover navigates carefully around boulders the size of houses. Here, sheltered from the harshest solar radiation, the environment is subtly different. The shadows are deeper, the temperature swings less extreme. This is where scientists believe the last vestiges of surface water would have persisted. It is a place of possibility, a sanctuary where life, if it ever existed, might have made its final stand. The search becomes more focused, more intense. We stop to examine an outcrop of pale, fine-grained stone. It is clearly sedimentary, laid down by water long ago. The rover's robotic arm extends, its drill poised to take a sample. The silence returns, broken only by the gentle whir of machinery. The drill bites into the rock, sending up a small puff of pale dust. It is a delicate operation, a moment of surgical precision millions of kilometers from home. We are drilling into a memory, hoping to awaken a story that has slept for eons. The samples are collected, sealed, and analyzed within the rover's onboard laboratory. The initial results are promising. The rock is rich in clays and sulfates, minerals that form in the presence of water. This confirms that a lake, perhaps a very long-lasting one, once filled this part of the canyon. The water was here. The conditions were for a time potentially right for life as we know it. The wind continues its lonely song, but now it sounds less like a lament and more like a whisper. It seems to be guiding us forward, deeper into the mystery. The question is no longer if water was here, but what it may have left behind. Days turn into weeks as we methodically explore the ancient lakebed. The rover's cameras scan every rock, every fissure, every interesting pattern in the dust. The landscape is a repeating pattern of cracked mudstones and layered shale. It is a place of immense beauty, but also of a deep geological monotony. The mind can play tricks on you out here. You begin to see patterns where there are none, to hope for a discovery around every next rock. Patience is the most important tool we have. We must trust the process, the slow, careful search for an anomaly. It is during the analysis of a routine core sample that something appears. A small, flat piece of shale, brought up from about a meter below the surface. On its surface, there is a pattern. It is not the random crack of a drying mineral, nor the crystalline structure of a common rock. It is something else, something delicate and repeating. A shape that seems too organized, too intricate, to have been formed by geology alone. The rover's high-resolution camera zooms in, capturing every minute detail of the strange impression. The image is sent back across the void to Earth. On screens back home, scientists hold their breath. The shape is unmistakable. It is a spiral, with delicate, feathery fronds branching off from a central stem. It looks almost like a small, flattened sea creature, something akin to the primitive life that filled Earth's oceans 500 million years ago. It is elegant, it is complex, and it is embedded in Martian rock. The initial excitement is tempered with extreme caution. Every alternative must be considered. Could it be a strange mineral formation, a trick of light and shadow? The evidence is scrutinized, debated, and re-examined. After weeks of rigorous analysis, the conclusion becomes inescapable. This is not a trick of geology. This is a fossil. A trace fossil, the preserved impression of a life form that once moved through the waters of this ancient Martian lake. It is the first definitive evidence of complex life beyond Earth. The discovery is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, revealed on a computer screen. But its implications are perhaps the most profound in human history. We are looking at a Martian. It is not a little green man, but a humble, ancient creature, frozen in stone. The discovery sends a ripple of awe throughout the human world. For millennia, we have looked up at the stars and asked the question, are we alone? Now, we have an answer. No. The universe is not empty. Life, it seems, is not a miracle unique to our own world. If it can arise here, on a planet so close to our own, then it must be possible elsewhere. The fossil is a key, unlocking a door to a cosmos we had only imagined. It is a silent testament, written in stone, that the conditions for life are not so rare after all. The focus of the mission now changes completely. The rover is no longer just a geologist. It is a paleontologist. Every rock in this ancient lakebed is now a potential treasure chest. We begin to search for more. Are there other fossils? Different species? The single fossil tells us life existed, but it raises 1,000 new questions. How did it live? What did it eat? What did its ecosystem look like? Was this a single lucky survivor? Or was Mars once teeming with a rich and diverse biology? The single discovery has transformed a search for the past into a roadmap for the future. This small, stony impression connects us to this alien world in a way we never thought possible. Mars is no longer just a neighboring planet, a target for exploration. It is a sibling world, a place that's shared in the great biological experiment of our solar system. We look at its red deserts and now see not an empty wasteland, but a graveyard. A place of immense history, holding the secrets of a lost biosphere. The silence no longer feels empty, it feels respectful. It is the silence of a museum, a place of memory and reverence for what has been lost. The journey is far from over. In fact, it has just begun. This fossil is a single word in a book we have only just opened. It fills us not with answers, but with a deeper, more profound curiosity. It fuels our desire to explore, to understand our place in the universe. The sun sets over the Martian canyon, painting the cliffs in hues of purple and orange. The rover sits silently, its work for the day done, a lonely sentinel guarding the most important secret in the solar system. And in the quiet twilight of this ancient world, a sense of hope is born anew. We are not alone, and the search has only just started.